It's not easy. To be honest, it's not easy because especially when you have your business partner or the working partner in the same roof as you, sometimes we may even talk about work during our family time at the same time. But I think all these actually bring us closer together. I begin to understand, like, every decision making that we make, we always have to have the decision together. We speak more, we share more, we discuss more to explore things as well at the same time. It becomes like we become a better team member for each other. So it actually helps us in terms of our marriage at the same time because we spend more time together doing things together. We learn to trust each other in whatever decision we are making. Even when for this podcasting as well, I trust him as well in terms of whatever technical that he gonna do just to make this work. So,
Mm-hmm.
in other words, it really helps us in terms of our communication. And one thing that I would advise for all parents out there, including whatever you want to do for your best of your child, in whatever business terms or whatever, communication is the main key. Anything that you are not comfortable with, speak it out with your partner. Anything that you need help with, seek help with your partner. It's all about communication.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I've learned that also because my husband edits this podcast. And so we've had to learn a new way to communicate with each other. And it's funny you're saying that sometimes the work conversation spills over to the family time. And we've
Hmm.
had to set boundaries. Like,
Right.
okay, we're not going to talk about how we're going to edit the podcast at lunch, because
Mm-hmm.
also now, because of COVID, we're 24/7 always together. We can't go out even outside of our city because of
Mm-hmm.
the restrictions.
Mm-hmm.
So finding that balance, I think, is so important.
Right. I'm not gonna lie and say that I'm gonna paint a beautiful picture and tell you that everything gonna be smooth sailing for both of us. There will be time there's gonna be a fight and a big fight, and then we tend to not talk to each other at all about just work stuff, whatever decision we're making. But at the same time, after the whole small fights, at the end of the day, we are still family. We're still gonna come back and we're
Mm-hmm.
still gonna talk about it. So sometimes that's where they say that sometimes family makes a good business partner at the same time. It depends on how you actually see it.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially, and then you throw in, that you are raising a child with autism, and I don't mean to make it sound so negative, but
Mm-hmm.
there's a high rate of divorce among parents of special needs children just because of the stress, and sometimes there's blame on other people, and maybe some people feel like the other is not putting in their part of responsibility or acceptance. So it's just it's important to talk about these things also so that people can kind of be reminded what it takes to have a healthy relationship.
Yeah, you're right. It's not easy, but like I say again, it's really teamwork, especially raising a child with autism. I know it's not easy, but it's really the teamwork that we need to actually have the understanding that we're raising this child together. It's not about you as a mother, you take care of the child. Well, I'm the father, I'm supposed to take care of in terms of the money income that's coming in now. It's important that they have both father and mother's love at the same time.
Yeah. Could you give an example of how you and your husband um, practice that teamwork together when raising your kids?
Hmm. I think very simple gestures. For example, let's say when Nasir has a very bad meltdown, I would try first to be able to help him with that situation. And then my husband would actually see. If he sees that I'm actually struggling, he would come in and have, okay, I'll take over. I got this. I got your back. These are the simple gestures that I would say showing teamwork together, aside from just spending time with the kids. Even simple things like this, it makes a lot of difference because you felt that you're not alone struggling handling your child. These are the simple gestures I think that fathers can even help out as well.
Mm-hmm.
And he does give me time as well, and I
Mm-hmm.
do give him his time as well. So that's where we have the balance of our having our own personal time.
Yeah, that's so important. So, how do you practice self care?
Hmm. How I practice self care. For me, I'm the type of person that I need to listen to music when things get really rough. That's what keep me going. So when the times that I feel that times are really rough for me, when my kids are asleep, I'll listen to some music. I'll do some online shopping, And that's how I actually show my self-care and self-love at the same time. I would do spend time with some close friends as well, to just chit chat and have some conversation. Doesn't have to be about my child, can be about any other conversation. So I do wind out as well to watch some Netflix. So these are the things that I also take care of myself. Um, and parents need to understand that self-care and self-love is important for yourself too. You need time as well to give yourself some self-love and self-care.
Yeah. Yes, there's that famous quote, you can't fill from an empty cup.
Right. Agree.
Yeah. All right, Ayu, let's wrap up with one last question.
Sure.
So, what advice would you give to other parents who maybe just find out that their child has autism, like they're in the early stage of receiving the diagnosis? You've been watching Autism Knows No Borders. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Also, we'd love to hear from you, so let us know what you think in the comments section. Click here to watch this interview in its entirety. You can also find us on your favorite podcast app. Tune in each week for engaging conversations of how people across the globe are inspiring change and building community. Thanks for watching. Take care.